Uh, and I also, now I'm lost. I've lost everything I was saying a while ago, so I'm gonna have to edit this out. Um, hey guys, and welcome back to the Wild Huckleberry. I'm sitting out here in the chick pen. I guess we call it chicken pen. They're chicks still, but they're getting big. So sitting out here in the chicken pen this evening, and was just thinking about some things, and thought I would just throw together a little video. Had some things that I was going to talk about a little bit. Uh, some things I haven't said on this channel, but I feel like I should. And so everybody should know about me and about my family and such. One of the things that I want to put out there and make clear is we are a Christian family. Uh, we do believe in God, and we do believe that Jesus Christ is our Savior, that He was sent to this earth to come and be our intercessor and to die for us, and so that we would go to heaven, could go to heaven one day if we follow Him and believe in Him and give Him our hearts. I do want to say that is a fact. And so, I've called this a homestead a couple of times. I don't know if that's what you call it. We're definitely not going to be, at least for now, for sure, we're not going to be off grid. We do have solar panels, and we're going to be running off of them as much as possible. And but we have power coming in from the electric company. We have water coming in. So we're not going to be quote unquote off grid completely or anything. But my wife and I, we've talked about it a lot, and we decided that, especially in this day and age, but even regardless, it would be a very smart thing for us to be self-sufficient. And so we're trying to get to that point where we can raise enough food for our family to eat, and whether it be the animals that are going to be here, or it's going to be that we are going to do a garden. We're going to try to grow our own food different ways. We're going to try experiment with some things. Should have some videos on that, before it's over with, showing you how we did some of the uh, different ways of gardening and such. So just I don't know if this is a homestead, but we're going to turn it into something that's similar to a homestead if it's not a homestead. I don't know if it may one day be a farm. We're planning on having some different animals and all, and I don't not going to tell you what those are going to be, because I want those to be surprise to most of you and all. And there may be a few people out there watching that already know, because we've talked about it, but um, we plan on having a lot of different animals that will have a lot of different purposes on this homestead, and whether it be cleaning brush or for food, um, you know, it's the way it is. We're going to have some. I have deer hunted pretty much my entire life since I was a very, very young boy, and I know how to skin a deer. I've done it. I want to get proficient at other animals and such, because I want to get to that point where I don't have to pay somebody else to process my animals or get them ready, or anything. And so I would like to be able to do that myself. Now, I know that for a lot of things, if certain animals, it's going to be hard for me to do it all by myself, but I may have to try to work out ways of doing that. But I just think it's kind of important for me and for my family, uh, including my grandkids. I love them. In the latest video that I did, that I just put out, because I'm doing this, shortly after I put that video out. When we built this chicken pen, my granddaughter was over there trying to help me, do some things and all. And the next day we were walking back down here, and she said, "Oh, we built that." And I love that. The thought that she's feeling invested in this chicken pen because she feels like she did something with it. She helped build it. I think that's what we got to do. We got to get the next generation doing stuff. My son does not like being outside. He does not like doing outdoor stuff. He's very different from me. I said a lot when he was younger that I always knew what kind of a son I needed, and that's the kind that God needed to give me. And uh, as it turns out, God knew what He needed to do, and He gave me a very different son from what I thought. And he is different from what I was planning, but he's exactly what I needed. He is. He keeps me in check, and he does. Both my kids do that. My daughter is homeschooling our grandchildren. Of course, my granddaughter's not true homeschool yet, but she's learning. I'm telling you, I could show you videos where she knows all her planets, and Pax is quoting Bible verses and all. And he's so smart. They're both so smart. And my daughter, she's doing a great job raising them and teaching them, and kind of putting me to shame a little bit, because I wasn't nearly as good at doing all the things that she does, as far as teaching Bible verses and getting them to memorize things, and helping things and doing this and that. But she's doing a great job. She's doing, and in this day and time, homeschooling is a big thing, because public school is kind of rough these days, and you don't know what you're going to get. It's a mixed bag. You don't know um, what the kids are going to be like. What are the teachers going to be like? And also, we homeschooled Lee for from 5th grade, I think it was, until he graduated high school, and he did great, and it worked for him. We tried to homeschool Allison. That did not work. She is a social animal. She has to have people around her and has to have friends to talk to, so that didn't work so well. But you got to do what you got to do for the different people, but we're trying to do this right now. And I don't know that my son will ever get into this and all, but maybe my grandkids will. Maybe they'll be interested. They'll, get out here and get their hands dirty and help me take care of animals and do things, And I mean, Lee helps with the animals right now, and he loves the animals. He enjoys the goats, and all. And he hasn't had anything to do with these chickens much so far, because they're out here, but he helped with the chickens we had before. So, I don't know where his path is going to lead him, but for us, we thought that this was what we wanted to do: move out here, get some land, get some animals, and do some things. Try to grow our own food, try to do some things. And then I like to watch a lot of YouTube. That's probably what I watch more than I watch anything else now. And a lot of the channels that I watch are the homesteading channels. And so the other day I'm watching one, and I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but his name is Dutch. He's got Keeping It Dutch and Dutch Eats, two channels that he runs. And and if you want to see him, you can go back and look at one of my previous videos where I did the Creators Conference, because it was him and Daniel Arms of Arms Family Homestead. They were the two that came up with that Creators Conference. Whoa. I think the sky got a little darker all of a sudden and the screen lightened up. But they put together that Creators Conference, to try to help people who are putting these videos out. And I learned a lot of things at that conference and all. But the other day I was watching one of his Dutch Eats videos, and I'll link that down in the description if you want to go look at his channels and such. But he had a story where he was talking about a guy that basically he was attacking homestead channels and talking bad about them and such, because because they were Christians, and because he didn't agree with their point of view, and apparently he doesn't agree with homesteading. And you don't have to be a Christian to homestead, obviously. I mean, it's not a Christian thing. God didn't say go out and homestead, but still he was talking about this guy that was attacking homesteaders and all, and he kind of challenged everybody to make a video and use the hashtag #SaveHomesteading. And so I felt compelled to do that today, to come to you guys and let you know some stuff about us, let you know some things about our plans on homesteading. I've talked about it. If we're going to get some more animals, we're going to do some more things. I'm sitting here beside the goat pen looking at it, knowing that it's got to be within the next week or so, we've got to move these goats out here and give them the chance to eat up the last of the green we have before it all goes away out here. But then I've got the hay, that you saw in an earlier video that I've got up there for them that I really think should get them through the winter and all. So, but I just think it's important that if you feel led to do something, if you feel like something is important to you, you need to go and try it. Sonia came up with this idea about building this house out here. We were living in a house right across the driveway from my in-laws, and she wants to have them closer as they get older to be able to help take care of them, help do things, And she came up with this idea to build this house and, moving out further out in the country and having a little more land and doing things like this. I mean, I love the idea. So here we are, getting very close to time to move in. And I'm trying to get everything ready and do things. And, you see this pen is not, as I've told you before, it's not completely ready. I was just experimenting with some things of how I'm going to do the top over it. And we can't let the chicks out all day yet because I don't want any aerial predators to look down and see, especially the ones that are kind of silver or white. They'll be kind of glowing down here. But, these are the things I like doing these. I like being out here and doing these types of things. I got to work. I got a full-time job. I got to work, and when I get off work, I come out here a whole lot these days or spend time at the house doing some things and all. But I spend a lot of time out here trying to get stuff ready for us. But it's because I want to go back to some of the older ways and doing some things. I'd like to, my wife thinks I'm crazy saying this, but I would kind of like to milk the goats and, try to drink the milk a little or make some soap or something. I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of cool to do it. Now, I've been told that I would have to pretty much marry myself to that and not get to go anywhere. If anybody went if they went on vacation or something, I'd be here milking goats. Because, once you start, if you stop, they'll dry up. Well, maybe I don't care if they dry up. Then we have babies again, and then we start milking them again. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I've got some thoughts with some other animals and some things that we might try, and all. But I just think that doing some homesteading type things or such, when I grew up, my parents, we had a pig at one time. We had horses. We even had cows at one time, and we lived in the city limits. So I had experience. We had coon dogs. We even had some deer dogs, for a little bit there and all. So, I had some experience with animals and all. So I love animals. I love interacting with them, and I love messing with them. And yeah, a lot of people say, well, if I raise something, I can't eat it. Well, my opinion is if I know I'm going to eat that, if I bring that animal here and I know that its purpose is I'm going to eat it, then I can do it. I can eat that animal because, we need the food, and I would much rather have the food that I know exactly what it's been eating, what it's been exposed to and such, rather than going to the store and buying a pork chop that I don't know how that pig was raised. They were probably raised in a stall not any bigger than them, never got to move anywhere, and just disgusting. I'd just rather know where my food comes from. So we're going to give that a try. We've raised pigs before. We've had horses before too. I'm not really a horse guy. I love horses, but I just don't have the time to spend with horses. But we've had pigs before, and we raised them and we did eat them. I didn't really get them with the intention on eating them to begin with, but we did eat them in the end because pigs are really hard to keep in, especially if you let them get really big. But, I think homesteading is a big deal these days. And if, with the way things are going now, prices going up, everything's happening like it is, you know, having your own supply of food is a good thing. But, you know, if things go back to normal, to the old normal, I will not say to normal, but to the old normal, if things go back to normal and prices go down and things get better now, well, all the better. We still have our own food here and all, and it'll be a little cheaper for us to keep it up, you know, if we still have to buy some feed and have to buy things, you know. But here we are. We'll see what we can do, and we may fail miserably, but then again, we may succeed. I really hope we succeed, and I think we will because we have the right mindset and such. So, I don't know. You guys, I hope you guys stay on this journey with us, and you kind of see how we are. You'll be able to tell watching these videos whether we're succeeding or failing, and I hope we succeed, and I hope you guys are rooting for us. And I appreciate every one of you that watches these videos. You know, I'd love to have a big base built up someday and all, but you know, I am just enjoying doing this. If you ever thought about doing a YouTube video, starting a channel and such, I never saw myself getting on video or liking to do this kind of stuff, and I actually love it. It's a lot of fun. So if you're thinking about doing it, don't think anymore. Do it. Give it a try. What the heck? You know, it doesn't cost anything but the equipment that you might buy or get and such. And so, you know, you can try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. If you love it, then you can keep doing it. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. And I'm glad I do because, you know, it just something else to throw in there. Now it is something else to take up my time, but that's okay. Uh, you know, I like doing it. I like the editing part and such. And it's just something else. But you know, like I said, I'll link Dutch's channels down there in the description, and go check out his video where he's talking about the guy attacking Christians, you know, and such. And I just hope that you guys will keep watching, that you enjoy the videos, and I really do appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great evening and enjoy this kind of the sunset that's going on behind me. You can see some colors in the sky and the clouds and such. So it's a nice cool evening here in Arkansas. So all right guys, I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.